YouTube, where you at, gang? Today we got, is Japan the most racist country in the world? This caught my attention because if you guys don't know, we've reacted to a couple of different videos talking about Japan here on this channel, and me personally, I want to go to Japan. I love the idea of being in Japan. I actually have a cousin that flew to Japan, you know, as a foreign exchange student, and he loved it so much he never came back, and he's married to a Japan woman right now. Hopefully I don't lose my sister because she's actually in Japan right now going to visit that cousin, and she's been telling me that she loves it over there, so hopefully, you know, hopefully I don't lose my my little sister to the Japanese lifestyle as well. But with that being said, let's get right into the video.
Where you at, Berto?
Living in Japan, I went to my local convenience store and I saw this gacha machine in broad daylight.
Oh my god.
I had to do a quick double take because if I'm not mistaken, they were selling black babies. Now I stared at that machine for about 15 minutes before I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, I'm gonna get one. And lo and behold, my beautiful son, black baby. Now to be 100% honest, the reason why I got black baby here was because, well, you know, I want to have kids someday, and I thought this would be good practice. So like any good father would, I showed him a lot of love, taking him on many adventures throughout Japan. But something weird would happen whenever I would show him off to my friends. They would all say the same thing. They would say, Noah, what the fuck is that? And after a series of short 2-hour conversations, my friends would carefully inform me that black baby here is a racist caricature of black people. And frankly, I couldn't believe it. Because one, black baby here isn't actually black, but a tan baby, per the translation on the machine. And also, I got this baby in Japan, the same place where they made Demon Slayer. It's virtually impossible for them to be racist. But I soon came to find out that they can. And something like this isn't the only occurrence of this type of racism. Just last year, a popular Japanese pop band called Mrs. Green Apple released a controversial music video showing themselves as European colonizers while having an epic dance.
No, the fuck they didn't. Are those monkeys? Nah, that's racist. That's right. There is no way of masking that anything other than R, bro. These are monkeys, and they're supposed to be colonizers. What the fuck are you niggas trying to say here?
Party with natives depicted as ape-like people. Or how about this example when train stations released this controversial campaign about not disturbing other people, seemingly in response.
Monkeys! Oh, y'all saw on some Frieza shit. Y'all on some Frieza shit. Nah. Oh no, I'm gonna have to talk to my cousin about this. I'm gonna have to fact check this. This is crazy. Why you couldn't use the polar bear as the destructive ones and the monkeys as the ones that are calm and collective? What are y'all saying here, man? What's going on, bro?
Response to videos of this TikToker disturbing people in public trains. To say that these incidents were direct attacks or not are pretty unclear, because the most common defense when it comes to these actions was essentially, oopsies, we didn't know. Which is a pretty smart excuse if you think about it, because, you know, what can you say when someone pleads ignorance? Nothing. It's like the checkmate of all excuses. But after claiming ignorance for what seems like the 100th time, I'm starting to suspect that maybe it's not really a matter of I didn't know, but I don't care. And that kind of leads into the broader topic of this video of, you know, is Japan the most racist country in the world? And spoiler warning, it's not. The title is clickbait. I lied. And you know what? I'm sorry guys. I didn't know that was deceitful. I swear to God, it won't ever happen again. Now before I get into it, I just want to make some things clear. I'm going to be generalizing Japanese people as a whole just because it's easier for this video. Obviously, only some are racist. It's like any country in the world. You got your nice, regular people, and then you got your weird, racist people. Despite a lot of comments that mistake me for being Filipino, I'm actually Japanese myself. And this is more so a criticism of a country that I love and respect. It's kind of like having a favorite character on a TV show, and you want to like show them off to everyone, but then they have that one episode where it's revealed that they're kind of like racist and maybe a little bit sexist. and homophobic too. You know, not everyone is perfect. Now, after carefully researching the topic for about 5 minutes, I found that racism in Japan is not aggressive at all. No one's gonna harm you in any way, and it's one of the safest countries in the world for a reason. The general public is too busy getting fucked by their job, so they don't really have time to care about race relations.
That is something we learned in another video we watched. The work life over there is absolutely insane. We're talking about some people are working on regular 12 to 14-hour work days. And that's like barely getting by type shit, I heard.
So if you go visit Japan on vacation, chances are you'll probably experience nothing negative at all. You know, take as many photos as you want, knowing that mostly everyone in Japan will not give a single shit about you. But then I researched an extra minute on the topic and I found this very informative website called Wikipedia. And man, this shit runs pretty deep.
Yo, my bad real quick, but I gotta put y'all on, man. I know y'all like money. Shit, I like money. Money's nice. And I'm about to give y'all the easiest hustle to make some side cheese while you doom scrolling watching Berto videos, I'm not gonna lie. I know a lot of y'all be playing games on your phones for free. Now I'm about to show you how to get paid off it. Hit the link in my description or scan this QR code on the screen, and in only about 30 seconds, you're gonna be able to sign up for freecash.com. It's super simple, just like any website with a quick email and a password, you're in. It's gonna be a wall of games just waiting for you to get to that cheese. There's so many valid options, so just actually pick a game that you would like to play on your free time. You speed run the levels, and I'm talking about actual money that you can spend IRL, go straight into your free cash balance. I'm telling you, bro, this method turns your brain dead time where you just chilling playing games on your phone to actually stacking some cheese. Realistically, most people are pulling $10 to $20 in a day just from casual playing. You ain't even gotta be going crazy for real. And if you're one of them grinders, you actually like to get to that bag, there are offers where you can make up to $100 to even $500. So it does get pretty insane, I'm telling you. Now, some of the top earners, you don't gotta do this, but if you want to, you could actually speed run and spend a couple of dollars for better earning opportunities. But you don't have to spend a penny, bro. You could dead ass get a bankroll just by playing the free games. Stick to the free stuff and you'll still be able to cash out. So next time you're taking a break from my videos and you just chilling and you playing games on your phone, you might as well make something out of it. You guys know I've always said, man, if you're gonna play video games, you might as well make some money, man. And they made the cash out process so easy. They have PayPal, gift cards, whatever works for you, they got it. So hit the link or scan the code and sign up for free today, gang. Because when you use my link, they're already gonna start you off with a $5 bonus. Where you at, family? You already know I got you, bro. Let's get back to the video. But go get your money, dog.
I'm talking 3 like full mouse scrolls.
Nigga, Wikipedia.
Aside from the obvious stuff that happened between the fun, silly years of 1939 to 45, I want to be talking more about the modern era, where casual racism is nothing new. If you're chronically online like me, I'm sure you've seen some of the more blatant cases of racism on the internet. Restaurants banning foreigners from entering, the police racially profiling
Attention, we only accept Japanese. That's kind of crazy.
foreigners on the street, and foreigners in general just having a higher percentage of being denied renting opportunities. By the way, when I say foreigner here, I'm not talking about people that just speak English. I'm talking like literally anyone that is just not Japanese. Mexican, Korean, Russian, Bolivian, Taiwanese,
I wonder why that is.
All of them. These cases are by far the most popular examples, and they all have their own weird justifications for why it exists. Restaurant bans, Japanese owners don't want to deal with the language barrier, racial profiling,
I mean, I guess that's fair, but fuck.
police are bored and they just target suspicious people. Renting issues, apparently foreigners don't know the intricacies of Japanese living rules like taking off your shoes or taking out the trash.
We'll take out the trash, bro. You don't gotta stress us not taking out the trash. I'm taking out the trash, bro. I don't want trash just sitting in my house all day. We're taking out the trash.
To be fair, the trash one might be a little valid because that stuff is unnecessarily complicated. Do you want to throw away a small metal chair? Good luck, there's like 7 steps. These justifications are pretty weak, but to some Japanese people, they are extremely valid. These serve as legitimate claims to be unknowingly racist, and it only leads to a bigger negative perception of the country. The one that frustrates me the most is the renting one, because there's some statistics to back it up. There's this independent field research that ran a test in which 2 applicant forms would be sent to different real estate agencies around the Tokyo area. One would be under a Japanese name, and the other would be under a foreign name, which were primarily Chinese or Korean. The results show that the probability of receiving a positive response as a foreigner reduces by 13% compared to using a Japanese name. Another survey in 2017 showed that 40% of foreigners in a sample size throughout Japan were explicitly told that they were denied a renting opportunity because they were of foreign nationality. Based on these 2 surveys, it's pretty clear that foreigners have some sort of disadvantage in the system. And I touched on the reasons before, but it just comes down to a major lack of trust. Even if you have the proper money, papers, and Japanese language skills to lock down the deal, you'll still get rejected just because you're not Japanese and thus not trustworthy. You think that these real estate agencies would welcome anyone in need of housing because it'd be such an easy sale, but for them to actively deny them is mind-boggling, and it just kind of shows you their priorities. They'd rather have no sale at all than have some guy named Bong Joon-ho live amongst them in their apartment. Never mind that a Japanese person can just as easily be a bad tenant.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's dumb, it's stupid. Next, I want to highlight the discrimination of another group in Japan, which are multiracial people. This kind of ranges from people with both Japanese and foreign parents, or maybe they're just of different nationalities entirely that are born and raised in Japan, because they've been getting the shit end of the stick too. A survey that interviewed 448 multi-race students showed that 68% of them got bullied or faced discrimination in school. Now, it doesn't specify what kind of discrimination
Them bullies gonna bully, boy. You know, kids just be mean for no reason.
it was, but I'd imagine it had something to do with something that sticks out, such as, you know, their skin tone or their hair. I want to show this specific Nike commercial that addresses this exact problem. The ad shows 3 multiracial kids getting bullied in school, but found solace in doing sports.
私浮いてる？もっと馴染んだ方がいいのかな？ここにいちゃダメなの？
As you may have guessed, this ad was very controversial. On one side, you had some Japanese people commending Nike for opening doors to the conversation and essentially validating multiracial Japanese people, while other people got pissed. They claimed that the ad was anti-Japanese and painted Japan in a very negative light, despite the 3 kids shown in the commercial being based off real testimonies. And then after nationalists downplayed the situation, if a multiracial person has any sort of success, they'll come back around and start revering them as Japanese pride. Take Naomi Osaka for example, famous tennis athlete. Japan would take so much pride in her accomplishments and then immediately after pull some devious shit to her. The most notable being is the portrayal of her in Japanese media. Here's a commercial from her sponsor Nissin, and we're just gonna watch it.
Where is she? Has she even on the screen yet? Cause we ain't seen nobody that look like her.
思い出せ。
That's her?
大阪選手に目つけた。
Why is her skin so light?
もちろん。
Yeah, that's just fucked. So that's just straight up.
Why is her skin so light, bruh? Y'all couldn't turn the tone down at all? Y'all couldn't bring it to a nice caramel? Damn. That's fucked. I ain't gonna lie. Like, she's clearly a black woman, bro. She, you know, again, I know she's Japanese. I know she's Blasian. But damn. You couldn't give her a little bit of caramel on the skin? Y'all just went straight paper on them, huh?
Not her. Nishin heavily whitewashes her and essentially downplays her more ethnic attributes. You know, like heavily whitening the skin tone and straightening out her hair to make her seem more Japanese. I'm assuming they did this because they thought it would appeal more to Japanese audiences, but in the reality, it didn't really do that, and it just kind of cost them their reputation as Naomi Osaka's official sponsor. It's pretty disheartening to hear that it's not uncommon for multiracial people to get treated like this, especially for the ones that live in Japan their entire lives. They share the same food, same culture, and even pay the same taxes, and yet they still get treated like an outsider. So who can we blame? The big question on my mind after seeing all this is who can we point our fat fucking fingers at? And I'm gonna kind of zero in and set my sights on the Japanese government. Because here's an awesome Japan fact. Apparently they lack any law which prohibits racial, ethnic, or religious discrimination. So what does that mean? Well, essentially means that everything in this video is 100% legal to do, and it extends to marginalized groups as well. The LGBTQ, the elderly, and the disabled have all faced the same kind of discrimination under the government. And the reason for why there's no laws is pretty laughable. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs officially gave this statement. We do not recognize that the present situation of Japan is one in which discriminative acts cannot be effectively restrained by the existing legal system, and in which explicit racial discriminative acts, which cannot be restrained by measures other than legislation, are conducted. Therefore, penalization of these acts is not considered necessary.
Please explain that in English.
TLDR means that racial discrimination doesn't exist here, so we don't need any laws. Oh, well, sorry guys, guess I was just a dumb piece of shit. Anyway, video's over. Be sure to subscribe, like the video, comment.
What? Oh.
They unironically just
I was about to be mad at you, boy.
said there is no war in Bossing Say. That's crazy. It's unfortunately this kind of denial that's the main driving force as to why so many Japanese people can't comprehend themselves as being racist. There's just zero accountability. And if their own government doesn't recognize this, then of course a lot of citizens won't either. And it just plays into the idea that Japan isn't a country that's trying not to be racist, but it's a country that just doesn't care. They'll see a problem and just dismiss it as something that can't be fixed. Sorry, that sucks. Oh well. There's no real action to try to be better because the system doesn't care in the first place. So it's very likely that there's gonna be another racism blunder in the near future, and they'll just say the same shitty excuse. Oopsies, we didn't know. But you know what? I still have hope. Call it coping or whatever, but I still have faith that Japan will be a country more accepting of foreigners in the future. Maybe it's not exactly faith in the system or the businesses.
One thing that I feel like is just happening across the world, everywhere, is a lot of more interracial couples. And I think, you know, again, it's gonna take time, but I feel like it's gonna get to a point where, like, it's gonna be hard for people to be racist because everybody's bloodlines are gonna be mixed. You know what I'm saying? You know, white people dating black people dating Asian, Spanish dating white. Like, it's just everybody's gonna, it's gonna get to a point where I feel like, you know what I'm saying, how you racist when you mixed? How you racist when you mix with the thing you don't like? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't know. Obviously, it's going to take some time, you know, because we talk about repopulating the whole world. But, you know, as social media is growing, the internet is becoming more accessible for everybody. I think, you know, me personally, I've seen a decline as far as, like, just racism in general. But, you know, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. I think I'm going to end it here. But, you know, it's definitely a weird thing. I'm definitely going to talk to my cousin about this because, again, like I said, he loves it over there in Japan. And he's a black, you know, not only is he black, like, he's a darker individual. Like, if you look at my skin complexion, like, he is way darker than me. So, like, and, you know, again, he went over there. He loved it. He found himself a Japanese wife. You know, in another video, we also saw how a lot of Japanese women have actually even opened up to the fact that they don't even like dating their own men in Japan. They actually are more interested in dating foreigners. So, you know, but I'd imagine that's probably more of a younger opinion, hence to kind of what I'm saying. I think, like, as time moves on, more people are just open to kind of just not really only seeing, like, skin color and kind of just falling in love with people in general, and almost even being attracted to people that don't look like them, look like or sound like them. So y'all let me know what y'all think, man. And if any of my people are from Japan, you can either confirm or deny the accusations that were made in this video. Overall, great video. Shout out to this guy, and I'll see you on the next one. Where you at, Berto?